About that confusion earlier on the prior feed, but here I am. I'm here, you're here, with big updates across the board about your stimulus check, your third stimulus package, and more. The big news came today as one of the leading senators in the Democratic Party stepped forward and said, I don't like this third stimulus package for FPC. It needs to go bigger and bolder. And he says he's not going to vote for it unless it goes bigger and bolder. Some of the comments I saw on afternoon check and third stimulus right before this video said, is that going to hold up the vote? No, it won't hold up the vote. It won't hold up the vote. It's exactly what you want. Someone had said something along the lines that they thought it was a negative that a senator in the Democratic Party was going to step up and hold and push for a bigger bill. Not the case. It's actually good news. From Wall Street to Main Street, from your home to my home, thank you for joining me on a big afternoons of LA Light. I'm here, you're here, and if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video, and if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Power, Calcino VIP, or Purple Hawk. In this recording, I'm going to go over where we are on the bill itself, because some people are a little bit still confused of where it's happening, but the incredible great news across the board are three items. One, the stimulus check is in there. Two, multiple stimulus checks is a finality, is actually happening. Number three, the push now from at least one major force in the Democratic Party to get you this big payout of FPUC that you were owed for a very long time. And four, the question of whether the standalone bills will be stepping up more often than we have seen in recent days. It was a week ago today, and we had seen a week ago today that the student loan debt forgiveness and the baby bill was introduced to the Senate. But some people don't think they're going to happen. It's ironic. A new survey out today asked students if they support the $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness, even though the bill is $50,000. And just 13% of college students think that's going to happen. That's ironic. I mean, Chuck Schumer is behind the bill, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. So what do people think about the third stimulus package? Well, of the comments that I saw on afternoon's check and third stimulus, most viewers thought that this is going to happen. The overriding comment was, why the delay? Someone had a series of comments about February 15th as a day to get a stimulus check, which is quite inventive. But February 15th is not a day in which you're going to get a stimulus check. Yeah, I don't even know if you're going to get a vote on the bill on February 15th. So let's cut to the details right now. $1,400 a stimulus check for individuals, $2,800 for a married couple, $1,400 for a child, and $1,400 for adult dependents. More about those checks in a second. Income qualifications unchanged, $75,000 a single individual, $150,000 a married couple. It would phase out for the high end. That's unchanged as well. The question is whether this is the only stimulus check you're going to be getting or whether you're going to be getting more. Well, Nancy Pelosi made it clear this week that this is the, how does she call it? The rescue plan, and that there'll be a recovery plan shortly thereafter. Well, the question is whether there'll be plans in between. There will be plans in between. However, is a stimulus check dependent on a package, or can a stimulus check come as a standalone between now and future packages? That remains a big question. But the multiple stimulus check is no longer a question. Great, incredible, great news that the third stimulus package will have multiple stimulus checks in it for parents. How does this work? It's a peculiar scenario. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't make a lot of sense. Sort of like how I killed the feed before. It's like, wait, why did he kill the feed? What is he doing? Certainly does not make a lot of sense. So it's $3,600 for a child under the age of 6 and $3,000 for a child 17 years or younger. Of course, younger but older than older than 1 to 4 because they get $3,600. That sounds like confusing. I love when they say it's 3,000 for 17 or younger, but wait a second, the younger than 6 get $3,600. So it's not everyone 17 or younger. That doesn't make sense. Can we just say this a little bit easier? And that's how they say it. I mean, can't they just sort of say 6 to 17, 3,000, and 5 to 0? What do we call them? 5 to 1, 5 to 0, 5 to 1.5. You know what I'm saying. $3,600. Okay, so you will get a check starting in the month of July, prorated. Now, I got comments on DM yesterday. What does prorated mean? Installment payments. What does installment payments mean? Oh, Lord. Paid over time. Paid over time? Yeah. $300 a month. $300 a month. So $300 a month starting in July, all the way for 1 year if you have a child that qualifies for that $3,600 check. Then I had people immediately jumping in the comments saying, "Oh, is there something that disqualifies my kid?" Yeah. If your kid stays home and plays Space Invaders all day long, he's disqualified. No, there's nothing that disqualifies the kid. I always have parents that have this sort of notion that there's some catch to this. There's a catch to this. It's only for kids in Nebraska, right? No. There's nothing. We're not eliminating certain children out of this equation. All children. So $3,600, and that would be paid $300 a month for 12 months. $3,000 otherwise for everyone else. It has Chef Seven, that wonderful personality viewer who's adopted the nickname himself of Chef Seven because he has 7 kids that are all 17 years or younger. Yes, they are getting, he's getting for them the 7 checks. 7 checks, presumably starting in July. That's a lot of checks. That's a lot of checks. That's about $20,000 in checks. Now, people that should also be included in that also are individuals that qualify for the earned income tax credit. If you made $21,000 or less in the in your 2019 or 2020 tax return, and you worked as essential worker, you qualify for a $1,500 earned income tax credit, the EIC, another acronym. EIC, $1,500. Now, it's supposed to be paid next year. You need it now. Now, I have not seen in the bill yet if it says get paid now, but I'm presuming they're not doing that early because I have heard no talk about it. So the $1,500 should be paid as an advance in July, like the child tax credit is done, because it only makes sense. The child tax credit is starting to be paid in July for next year. The earned income tax credit should be paid starting in July for next year. What is the income qualification for the child tax credit? Someone dropped that comment. That was a great question. Same as the stimulus check. Individual, $7,500 or less. Married couple, $150,000 or less. There you go. I'm sure someone's going to ask me, what if it's a divorced couple? I don't know. I don't know. Divorced couple with 20 kids. How does that work? I don't know. I'll see you on the reality show this weekend. Yeah. He plus me plus 8. Sarah plus Nate plus 8 on the reality show this weekend. We have 8 kids and we're divorced 7 times. How do we get these advanced stimulus checks? I don't know. I do know you'll get a reality show maybe before the stimulus checks. Just kidding. So there we go. Now let's turn to that deliciousness of Ron Wyndon. Someone in the comments to me said something like, "It's not pronounced that way." Wyden. I was making Wyndon. Wyden. 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 Ron Wyden, chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, which is the committee that oversees where $12 ice cream goes. I don't know what they do. No, of course I know what they do. They keep track of the $12 ice cream and receipts for the casino. The Ron Wyden, chairman of the Senate Finance Committee, today said, you know what? I don't like this. Sort of like how I don't like how you killed that feed earlier on this video. I don't like it. I want FPUC to be $600 a week or else. Now, I was excited when I heard that. I mean, this is huge news. I mean, this is absolutely huge news. But there was nearly at least three comments that said, oh no, this is going to hold up our stimulus checks because this guy is going to cause trouble. You know, can't help everyone in the peanut gallery. He was not a subscriber, of course. But no, there is a time and place in which the Senate argues things. Let's understand, when the bill comes out of these House subcommittees today, then it goes to a big vote in the House in the next few days. By February 22nd, it has to be called for a vote. Then it goes over to the Senate. The Senate has the opportunity to argue stuff for, a day or two. It's not like you could just sort of roll over and it's like, hey, how are you? Stimulus check. Yeah, congratulations. No, they got to argue things. And that's when Ron Wyden, or as I butcher his name, Wyndon, will step up and say, no, no, Joe, Uncle Joe, no. $600 that you wrote that, and I'm going to hold out for $600. At 11 minutes on the clock, with 500 people in the room, 200 likes. Big news across the board. Thank you for joining me on Afternoons LA, from Wall Street to Main Street, from my home to your home. Thank you for joining me on a big afternoon show in which we have great updates about your stimulus. In this video, I'll be answering more of your questions on air than I have in recent days, so get those questions ready. I'll be answering your questions about 5 minutes from now. Before that, I'll also be asking you, who do you have in the chicken wars? Who do you have in the chicken wars? It looks frosty outside. I think maybe because of the reflection. Let's see. It looks frosty outside. Maybe because of the reflection. Who do you have in the chicken wars? McDonald's is stepping into the chicken wars. Gobble, gobble. With a discount bun chicken thing to take on Burger King. It's priced lower than the chicken sandwiches to take on the chain. The reason why is they're trying to boast same-store sales by $4,000. Finger looking good. I mean, there you go. At the 12-minute mark, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Also, like this video, and if you're not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Power, Purple Hawk, or Calcino VIP. Is there a chicken bill? I should hope there's no chicken bill. When we look back on 2020, we wonder what happened to all that. There was supposed to be a lobster bill, a pot bill. We were supposed to hear about liability insurance till we were blue in the face from Mitch McConnell. It's like these things never happen. It's very weird. I wonder if they do this on a regular basis, because it's not like I've been following them my whole life. But we look back on 2020 and everything that they held out for on 2020. Now they don't care about them anymore. It's strange, particularly strange. Thank you, Versi, for the dancing pair. I really appreciate it for the dancing pair. How are you? So the NASDAQ and Dow ended relatively flat for the day. But Tesla actually ended up a little bit higher, just a few dollars more. It had been falling. It was down 74 points in just a few days. It's testing that resistance level at 800. It went to 803. Microsoft, Apple, Walmart, relatively flat for the day. But the real surprise is that these subcommittees have now confirmed they're done. Multiple House subcommittees have approved the $1.9 trillion stimulus package, and they're ready to call for a vote in the full chamber. Hey, Karen, thank you for coming to Purple Hawk. Everyone, welcome Karen to the family. It would include sending out stimulus checks to individuals. Thank you, Lori Lopez, for the dancing pair. I really appreciate it. $1,400 individuals. Hey, Crystal Porter from coming to Purple Hawk. $1,400 for an individual, $2,800 for a married couple, and $1,400 for adult dependents. Let's stop right there. The stimulus check Stimulus check has problems. Thank you, Karen, for the nice chat, and thank you for joining the family as well. The stimulus check has a problem, and it has a lot of problems on it. So now that you see Ron Wyden, Winden, Ryden, Wyden, Ron Wyden, stepping up for FPUC, who's going to step up for your stimulus check? Who do you think should step up for your stimulus check in the Senate? Let's drop in the comments right now. Who do you think should step up for their stimulus check in the Senate? Who do you think should step up for that stimulus check in the Senate? It was supposed to be $2,000 on top of $1,400. It was supposed to be $3,200 for adult dependents. Who do you think should step up? I mean, I have my opinion. Windon, Mitch. Mitch is not going to step up for that stimulus check. That is not happening, late. Someone needs to step up. Bernie Sanders. There you go. I like that. Claire likes Bernie Sanders. Hugh, Sanders, and Harris. I like that. Hugh, Sanders, and Harris. Sarah should do that. Chuck and Bernie. Bernie says someone else. Sylvia says Bernie. Lorena says Bernie and Chuck. All of them. And Harris says Janice. There you go. The spicy chicken should do it. Elizabeth Warren. They all should do it, says Lori. Very well said. So this is sort of the message that AOC is in the House, so she can't do it in the Senate. It's great questions. Colonel Sanders should do it. So yeah, Bernie Sanders and Colonel Sanders should step up for the check. One for the check and one for the chicken. Yeah, so I mean, this is where we should be pushing. You know, the bill will not be in the Senate until 22nd of February, approximately. But before then, we should be pushing Bernie Sanders, because guess what Bernie Sanders said over the weekend? He's fighting to get votes lined up to overrule anything about $15 minimum wage. I'm like, Bernie, what happened to the stimulus check? That was your rallying cry in 2020. Are you forgetting the stimulus check? So tag Bernie, tag Chuck, tag Elizabeth. $1,400 a stimulus check and $3,200 adult dependent stimulus check. I would also tag Warnock and Ossoff, the two Democratic Georgia senators, because they said they were going to give you $2,000 if you elected them. Well, hello, we elected you, or someone elected you, not me. I'm not in Georgia. And they elected you. Where's that new $2,000 crisp 2021 check? If you could certainly tag them, even if you're not in Georgia. They won't know where you are, of course. But tag Ossoff and Warnock as well and get that message out loud and clear. Can you do by executive order? Yeah, they can. Executive orders apparently are currently occupied for climate and bad air. So that's the stimulus check of the part. Now we know Wyden, WYDEN is your FPUC guy. So who is the next guy we need to really focus on? Well, when we go to the stimulus, when we go to the business stuff, we have a lot of people that we relied upon during the EIDL days of this channel last year. And those are Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, the senator from Arizona. These people need to step up and say, wait a second, why is EIDL $5,000? Where is that business grant for people who have suffered during the pandemic? Where is that business loan to get them from point A to point B, or that business loan to go start a new business? Like some of the viewers of this channel want to go start a new business. Where's that business loan? So that requires some tagging of actually Republican senators who wanted to give more business stuff. It appears that there's less business stuff in this, and less and more hot dog stand stuff. Hey, Ken, thank you for the dancing bear. Thank you for the dancing bear. So, absolutely, I would tag Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, the senator from Arizona, and Cardin, and people like that when we're talking about the inability to deliver the business items in the third stimulus package at the robust number that was so promised. After that, what are the next items that are really an issue? Well, the hazard pay. The hazard pay. We have no idea what they've done to us with hazard pay. It's sort of like, can we see what you've done to us with hazard pay? Is there any hazard pay? Is it what is it? $4 of hazard pay? Is it $20? Is it just for I don't I I don't want to make a joke that's offending. Is it just for one part of the U.S. economy, or is it for everyone? So what's going on with the hazard pay? And the hazard pay would also be people who had fought for hazard issues during the recent weeks. Finally, when we get to SSI and SSDI, the big issue is going to go to the question of whether Elizabeth Warren is going to take this to the mat. And this might be the time and place for Elizabeth Warren to take it to the mat. With 10 minutes left in this video, the big question is whether Elizabeth Warren will step up for SSI and SSDI now. It doesn't take 10 minutes of this video, and it doesn't take 10 minutes for Elizabeth Warren to step up and say, wait a second, $2,400 for SSI and SSDI, we can get this done. We can get this in here. Let's get it done. Why have we not put this item in there? And that's what I simply don't understand. The adult dependence needs to be in there as well, the $3,200. Let me answer some of your incredible 2,000 questions and comments from yesterday's recording with 1,000 people, 800 people in the room, and 400 likes. Get those likes up. Let's get it to 1,500 people in the room and 1,000 likes. Well, maybe we can get to 1,000. Robinette Taylor. Biden doesn't care how he's doing. He bids and he's out. If they lived in the real world, they would have all been giving all they can. Wow, that's an interesting comment. She's basically saying he's a one-term president. He doesn't really care. That's really interesting. Well, how about Harris? I mean, this is sort of the breeding ground for Harris to be the next president in 3 years from now. So maybe she should care. Alan Petz. He could have done a standalone executive order on the checks, and he should have had them done by now. Viewers ask me all that time, what about that CARES Act 1 money that's sitting around, the $800 billion that's sitting around, could have been a $5,000 stimulus check? What is he doing with that? It's cloudy because the air is bad. We got to do the air first. Hey, David Ortiz, how are you? Horton Williams. It would be the greatest if this country did something for the people, for the poor people in this country. If I were one of them, I would hide out shamefully. David Otto. And the next time he's probably going to work on taking Social Security away like he's planning on doing it. Ooh, wow. Janet Bell, where's our SSI? Dolores, he only promised to get votes. Wayne Nation, they need to get this done and stop waiting. People need help now. Letitia, of course he's been talking about climate more than stimulus. Let's see the remainder of her question. Oh, Lori Lopez, I have a solution for the darn potholes. Let them hop in their expensive cars to Lowe's and buy a couple of pallets of concrete and fix the darn potholes themselves. I love that, Lori Lopez. Hey, Mary, welcome to the Purple Hawk family. Welcome, Mary. And there's Chris. Thank you for thank you for the dancing pair. Thank you, Chris, for the massive dancing pair. I really appreciate that. And welcome, Mary, to the family. Wow, we've been adding a lot of new members today. So thank you for all new members that have been joining. Lori Lopez. They need to get off their do-nothings and just take care of us, and all their promises kept. Love that comment, Lori Lopez. And she's in the room right now. Paul Zion, the GOP senators never vote on stimulus or fight for you. They're not supporting Democrats. Biden, please send the $1,400 to the American people right now. We're waiting too long. Well said. Dow ended up 27 points. NASDAQ up about 68 points. Microsoft ended up about $0.50 for the day, $2.45 to finish that. Apple up 24 cents, up to $1.35. Walmart up $1 to $78. Tesla went up $4, ending at $8.16 after falling $60 in recent days. Look at that $800 as the resistance line. The big update as we approach the 24-minute mark is that the third stimulus package is out of the department stores, out of the departments in the house, and is ready for a vote. It has multiple stimulus checks for parents, of $300 approximately per month per child. There's a $1,400 stimulus check for everyone else. But Ron Wyden is fighting for your FPUC. He says you got to go higher at $600 a month. He's not going to support $400, and he will vote it down. The question is how many other senators will vote down other provisions you need in there as well. With 24 minutes on the clock, let me answer some of your incredible questions on the air now. What are the questions do you have as to second stimulus or third stimulus? Rick, thank you for the dancing pair. I really appreciate it. Remember, if you need help with rent assistance, reach out to the volunteers. They are in the pinned comment below. They will help you with rent assistance and food is more. There was a good question there. I missed it. So what is holding up the stimulus check? Because they got to go through these steps. It's actually a procedural step required in the House of Representatives. Why can't they write the stimulus and get it out? They could have done a stimulus check as a standalone bill. That's absolutely true. Next year, the child tax credit, making it in advance. Well, the child tax credit will be in advance, so it is being paid in advance a year earlier, starting this July. 800 people in the room with 450 likes. Let's get those likes up. Let's put 1,000 and 750. Do we know if adult dependents get the stimulus check if they're on SSI? Yes, $1,400. Everyone gets $1,400. What happens next year with the child tax credit? Anne Marie. So basically, it'll show on your tax, you'll have to account for it on your tax return, but it'll show that you've already received the payment. So that is something that'll reflect on your tax return as already received. Is there an income limit on the tax credit? Says Janice. Yes, great question. So it's the same as a stimulus check. It's very simple. Same as a stimulus check. $75,000 individual, $150,000 married couple. And ultimately, they should do this also for the earned income tax credit, which is $1,500 coming to you if you made less than $21,000. Do you know if they ever adjusted the income level on the EITC, earned income tax credit? Yes, it's $1,500. That's on your January 23rd PDF. So we're screwed for next year. No, absolutely not. It's just an accounting item. You are not in a good circumstance if it's earned income tax credit because you want that money now. That's why we're fighting to get the $1,500 now, not next year. 12 degrees where you are. Wow, that is cold. We hear that. So when as to which issue? So when are we getting the second? The second what? Crystal says, brr. It snowed last night in Caledonia, Wisconsin. It's only for kids that have been in National Geographic magazine. Other kids are too average. No, it's for all children 17 or younger, where the parent makes $75,000 or less, and married couple $150,000 or less. How many kids can get the $1,400? My daughter has 4 kids, so that they all get one. That's a great question, Mary. And we don't know the answer. I don't think there is a limit at the moment. Chef 7 is my benchmark on this channel. He has 7 kids under the age of 17. So I believe your daughter's going to get all 4 of them. Yes. There's an age gap that everyone forgets about LA. The SSI, $200 a month. What's going on with that, LA? Anne Marie, nothing since yesterday. They have stayed silent as of yesterday. My daughter has 6 kids. Does she get it? Yes. If she makes less than $75,000, 2019 and 2020 earnings, absolutely. Our high today was 0 in Wisconsin. My goodness. There you go. With 2 minutes left on the clock, let me give you the big update where we are tonight. And wow, we're about to approach 1,000 people in the room and 500 likes. This is What the Chuck, your afternoon's edition, live here, direct from Los Angeles. I'll next be live with you at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with Evenings LLA. Double hitter tonight, 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So make sure you tune in for those recordings as well. 6 p.m. on the West Coast, 7 p.m. on the West Coast, or 9 and 10 on the East Coast. The big update tonight is that your third stimulus package is now out of those House subcommittees and ready for a vote. Woohoo, finally. And you're getting a stimulus check, $1,400 across the board, everyone, individuals, married couple, well, two for them, children and adult dependents. You're going to get multiple stimulus check if you have a child under the age of 17. And now a top senator is pushing for $600 of FPUC and says he will not support the bill because it's at $400. This is signaling you to take this video and go on social media and share it with elected officials and say, wait a second, whether it is the business grants, Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, the senator out of Arizona, Cardin, or it is the stimulus check, Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders, it's time and place to get that message out and clear. The bill will come out for a vote no later by February 22nd in the House, and then it's off to the Senate. But you want to hit and push right now. And there you are. I'll see you again in a few hours. Stay informed, stay focused. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And stay with LA for more.